Touchdown! San Francisco!
Here we go. Week 12 is done with Thanksgiving and everything. Week 13 is here. Tonight, the Bills goes against the Patriots. Last week was alright. There was a lot of good games. You don't want me to
There were a
talk.
lot of good games.
You don't want me to talk about my Niners, but we're gonna go into it right
want to
now.
talk about the Niners. I
We're
don't
gonna-
want to talk about the Niners.
Ooh, this is crazy for Washington to say that.
I do.
So here we go. Thanksgiving Thursday, we gonna start off with the morning game of a game that me and you both had Lions winning. However, I still think it was a dub for them to only lose by 3. The Bills go into Detroit because they played the Browns last week, the week prior to that in Detroit as well, so they stayed. They won 28-25. Man, every week that we get into this, I keep telling you the Bills are suspect. So I just want your opinions on this. We both set the Lions because we're high on the hot streak that they're going through.
Josh Allen played subpar. As I've stated before, Josh Allen is the team. I don't think Josh Allen was putting the ball where it needs to be.
Facts.
Like I said, my problem with Josh Allen is Josh Allen thinks he's patting Mahomes, and he's not.
At all.
And like that's the best way I could put it. Josh Allen, what they said, the crown, the football crown messiah. You're not. It was your MVP to lose, and at this point in time, I
You're
can't sit
losing
here
it.
and say, Josh. Yeah, I definitely think, and this is kind of off topic. Who's having a quiet season, and I don't know how we forget this guy, Patty Mahomes.
No
Patty
one forget.
Mahomes.
No one forget him. He's just not the shiny toy right now. That's all it is.
Yeah, correct. So, shout out to the Lions. I think, like you said, the Lions need a quarterback, bro.
That's all
I'm
it is.
sorry.
Golf ain't that bad though.
It's like it's 240, 23 of 37. Golf did not play bad. They did not play bad. The Lions did not play bad.
It's just that defense, bro. They need to upgrade that defense.
I think my only takeaway from this is the Bills aren't hot.
And it's the wrong time not to be.
Even though they're winning, they're not hot.
Yeah,
So
it's the wrong time.
as of right now, the Bills ain't going all the way. If they don't strike fire soon, they're not going all the way.
Yep. Chiefs Niners is still my pick. So we're gonna go to this next game. Of course, a loyalist like yourself would do this. The Giants go into Dallas to play in a 4:00 game, whatever game, but they lose a touchdown or a touchdown with a 2-point conversion. I picked the Cowboys. Of course, I expected you to pick the Giants, but I'm gonna tell you like this before you go because I know I want you to explain. The takeaway I took from this game is this: Dallas struggling with a team that's injured makes me happy because I know that even though it was a division game, they could not really be dominant with the Giants. You guys are missing a lot of key players, and they could not spread 8 points. 8 points as if both teams were healthy. I can see that, but the Giants being not healthy and you only get 8 points out of that, that makes me happy as a Niner fan. It's on you.
The Giants. I watching the game. The first half, the Giants had it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they the first half. I was gonna go for the Giants, but of course, the defense played well the first
Very,
half.
very good. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The Giants as a whole played well the first half, and unlike I'm used to seeing with the Giants, they played bad the second half.
Uncharacteristically.
Yeah. We do have a lot. The Giants have a lot of injuries. And I will say this, and I will ride this. I will ride this hill and battle alone. CeeDee Lamb. It's not that CeeDee Lamb isn't a good receiver. CeeDee Lamb doesn't put that. He don't have the right to wear number 88 in Dallas.
Ooh, he don't have the mama mentality.
He don't. He don't. He doesn't. CeeDee
Facts.
Lamb will not go the extra mile to get that ball. Remember, I think was it 2016? The contra? No, 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 no. 2013, whatever year they lost to the Packers.
You're talking about
The
when
contra,
that
Des Bryant.
touchdown, Des Bryant?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was 2016, I believe.
yeah.
That number 88. If CeeDee Lamb was in the same position, I don't see it happening.
Ooh,
I don't
that's a
see
good.
it happening.
I agree.
He's no
I
Michael
agree.
Irvin. Yeah, you know what? Anyway, I'm not gonna ride this game too long. I think once you stop Saquon and rely on the pass, it makes me so mad because as I'm watching the game, the Giants played correct. Everybody knows, and they went out. They started passing,
Right.
and you know what? I will sit here and say this, regardless of the future of Daniel Jones, he's not a bad quarterback. He's not a
At all.
bad quarterback. He's not. And he
At all.
showed that at the very least, he shouldn't be out the league.
Nope. Absolutely not. Do you know how many other quarterbacks that are trash
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
He deserves to stay
Interesting
in this
stat.
league.
Interesting stat. He has he
I
scored he in this season he has the highest quarterback rating in a single game. I
I
think it's like
saw
153.3. Yeah.
I saw
He
that
has a
meme. I saw that
yeah.
meme.
So I'm not gonna. I'm going too long on this game, but I think though realistically, you need to watch Dallas. Dallas is a very scary team. I do not trust Dallas in the playoffs at all, nor do I like Dallas. But I can't tell you they're going all the way, but I can tell you that they are definitely scared to make it to the NFC championships.
Absolutely, because I already have them Dallas versus the
Cowboys,
Niners.
49ers, right?
That those are the favorites right now. I don't believe in the Eagles. Now
Stop.
we're going to the we're going to the next game, which was a very surprising game because you chose this team to win. I chose against primetime. The Patriots go into Minnesota and they lose 26-33. Prime time Kirk Cousins came out and Adam Thielen almost choked on a dry ass turkey leg. I saw that shit. But this is a good sign because with people like me analytically looking at this is a primetime game. Kirk Cousins showed out and it breaks the curse that he's always had. I think that this moving forward puts them for me over the Eagles. So I'll let you talk about this.
I think you're absolutely psychotic
Yeah,
for saying that pushed you over the Eagles. I think that was the craziest issue could say.
hot
Um,
take.
put like this. Put like this. They had to. They had to have a fourth quarter. They had to come in the fourth quarter to beat the Patriots. Okay.
The Patriots defense is top 10, top 5.
I'm not saying the
That's a
Patriots are a
good.
bad team. I
That's a
didn't say
really good defense.
I've been defending the Patriots all season.
Right.
I've been defending the Patriots all season. What I'm saying is, and this is prime time, Kirk. Kirk, and I think in the back of his head, Kirk was like, "I want to mess this up," but Kirk was 30 of 37 for 299, 3 TDs in the INT. And you obviously it was the pass because Dalvin Cook averaged 1.9 yards, 42 yards. But it wasn't Kirk.
It wasn't, but he didn't fuck it up.
It wasn't Kirk.
What was
Kirk
it?
threw the ball up. Kirk just threw the ball up. Thank God JJ is a phenomenal. I don't want to play the. I don't want to
He's
do
the
this
best
tonight.
wide receiver right now.
I don't want to do this tonight. I don't want to do this tonight. I don't want to say he is the best. I don't want to say
He
he's
is.
not the
He's
best.
absolutely the best.
At the very least,
Top 5.
he's top. I was gonna say 3.
Oh yeah, agreed.
All
He's
right,
number one.
and
He's number one to me.
Mainly because I don't want to sit here and on top of my head I'm like, okay, yeah, JJ, but I like to look to see is he the best receiver. Now, my fantasy says,
You got Diggs
says,
too, motherfucker. You got
huh?
you have Diggs too. Those are number
Yeah.
one. You have wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 right now. And
Don't
if
talk
you
about my team. Don't even speak about my fantasy team
no,
right
but
now.
what I'm
Okay,
saying
I'm
is the
10 and
wide
6.
receivers. Those 2 wide receivers. Those are the top 2 this year. I don't care
I
if
know.
you argue who's 1 or 2. Those are the number 2s. Those are the top 2 I meant.
Yeah,
Jetta and Diggs. There's no one else better than them 2.
yeah, yeah. So all I'm gonna say is I I'm interested in where the Vikings team is going. I don't know. I think the NFC is still wide open.
It's
So
wide open
that's what I
for
think.
the
Wide open.
Niners. But all
Next
right,
game is what?
the next game is a Broncos Let's Ride going into North Carolina to play the Carolina Panthers. They lose 10-23. I had Carolina. You had Denver. I have nothing to explain. It's just Denver is slowly but surely about to go. They're gonna fire their coach. D'Amico Ryans from the Niners is gonna go there. I'm telling you right now. This is my hot take right now. Our defensive coordinator will be a Denver Bronco. Trust me. We have John Lynch talking to John Elway. It's a wrap. He's gonna be the coach. And if and I cannot wait until that happens when I come into this podcast of the route tree and say that that happened. But Broncos is slowly but surely spiraling down.
Um, I thought your quarterback doesn't have the locker room. It's that simple. Your quarterback had a birthday party and less than half the players showed up.
Ooh, I didn't
Um,
even know that. Where you
yeah,
read that?
I'm not sitting here saying I pulled it out my ass. I read it. He had a birthday party and apparently had over half the team didn't show up. But
Ooh, I didn't know
you
that.
ever
That makes a
you
sign.
hear yeah you hear I read it on Bleach Report. Some report on Bleach Report. You hear the rumblings about how Russell Wilson didn't even in Seattle. He didn't really have the locker room. Everywhere you go, you hearing reports. If your QB can't, if your team doesn't like your QB and you're losing, I don't see it boding well. I don't care who the head coach is in Denver.
Absolutely.
I don't. I respect your take. I don't give a damn who the head coach is in Denver. Russell Wilson is 100% the problem. Like everything falls. For the first time I watched the Russell Wilson let's ride. Like the actual the couple thing like, hey, say let's ride, Broncos country. I watched it for the first time.
Right.
And it's so cringe. Like it's cringe. Like I look at it like, ugh, like that has nothing to do with the person. He I'm gonna say it. Maybe Russell Wilson was a system quarterback.
Whew, I've been said that though. But I was a Niner fan, being a Seahawk hater. But it's looking like it. It really is looking like it.
And now with the greatest caper, the greatest grand theft or out there, Seattle about to have a number 2 pick.
So
Geno Smith is about to they're gonna re-sign Geno. Geno Smith has the highest completion percentage in the National Football League. Geno Smith has a top 10 QBR. Well, that's quarterback rate, right?
right.
Top 10. They got away with theft.
Yeah, and this is where I'm going with this with you is as the GM of the Denver Broncos, right? You know the problem is Wilson. However, you gave up a ransom for him and you have a coach. Who are you going to fire?
You got to fire the coach. And
Yeah,
I hate
because
to say it,
and the
you
only
have
reason
to fire the coach.
And the only reason why you do that is because you lose less by firing him. That's all it is.
Right. Correct.
That's all
Then
it is.
he's the scapegoat.
Yeah.
Who I don't even know who the coach is for Denver.
It's
He's the
Hack.
scapegoat, man.
It was the offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers last year. Hackett, Nathaniel Hackett. He's a really good offensive coordinator, but he's not. And you knew that because there was a video. Again, shout out to Mike Purcell, the Samoan D tackle that yelled at fucking Russell Wilson last week, and no one said nothing about it when he yelled at him.
Did you see what the report said?
No, I didn't read it.
He wasn't yelling at him. He was trying to hype him up.
Oh, so this whole time, like a lot of the reports were saying that he was yelling like
I don't believe it.
defense is holding their own. You need to do something.
Yeah, yeah. But that's essentially what he was saying. What he really said, like he said, "Come on, like come on, man, like let's go. Like we did our part, do yours, but not in a bad way."
Well,
But I don't know, man.
yeah, the video shows. You already know how perception is, but we'll go to the next game because we even talk about the Panthers beating them. We're going from Tampa going into Cleveland, and they're losing 17-23. You took Cleveland. I took Tampa.
I did. I did. I did. I knew.
I'm happy to talk about this game because I want to talk about next week too as well. Go ahead.
Why? Because Deshaun Watson?
Yes, sir.
No, wait, nope, you cannot do that. Wait till next week, right? Your rules. uh, point blank, and I said it last week. Cleveland has not been as bad as everyone said they were.
Facts.
I never felt like Cleveland was a bad team. I felt like Cleveland was an unlucky team. I bought into the Bucks early, and I realized early that the Bucks weren't it.
They got Brady. That's the only dangerous part.
Every great has its day.
Yep. It might be
Every
his.
great has it. I don't know, but it's looking like it. Mike Evans is 9 targets, 2 receptions, 31 yards. The Buccaneers look old. That's what it comes down to. The Bucks look old. Shout out to Njoku. Is that how you say his name?
And Joku.
Hey, clutch.
Yeah, I benched his ass with my dumb ass.
Clutch. I ain't got nothing to say. I knew it. I don't. You know what blows me away is that Tampa Bay is leading the NFC South 5-6 record.
We all knew that the NFC South was going to be a wide open type of division. That's why I was never bashing with the Falcons or any other team in the NFC South because it is damn near wide open. When you look at it, the Buccaneers at 5-6, being the best team and under 500, it's really that type of, you know what I'm saying? But you have to always respect Tom Brady. That's the only reason why I always keep them on top. But the Saints, the Falcons, like the Panthers, I'm not ruling them out. Especially the Falcons, 5-7. What's this? Hold on. The Saints are at 4. Yeah, like the Falcons is right there, and that's crazy to say.
I don't know what to say about this. I have nothing to say about this.
I'll tell you like this though.
I'm hoping.
Go ahead. You're hoping.
I'm hoping low key. I want to see the Browns do something.
So and this is where I'm coming with this. I don't care about my rules. I'm about to break my rules. This Browns team, to you, when it comes to when you talk about the Commanders or other teams that are like this, a quarterback away. You have a running game. You have people don't talk about the Browns. The Browns have a top 5 O-line, right? And then you look on the defensive side. I don't know if they're that good, but I'm a fan of a lot of them. Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Grant Delpit, Grant Newsome, Ward. Then you got Greedy Williams, Deion Jones, JOK. These players, especially in Madden, if you give me the Browns, it's a wrap. If you get like those guys have a nice core of a team that I was literally in a debate right now in my other friends group that when Deshaun Watson gets his feet wet, it's a wrap. Bengals and Ravens, you better watch out for this Cleveland Browns team because when Deshaun Watson gets back to his MVP type caliber quarterbacking, it's a fucking wrap.
Hold on. While you say that, let's get real. Do you think he can?
Yeah, not this year. I think this year is his get his feet wet and warn the AFC North that he's here. But next year, depending on how they draft, depending on the offseason, because I know Kareem Hunt is gone. He's not coming back. They already put him in a doghouse. But if they keep everything that they have and they advance and they improve with the draft and the offseason free agency, I see them over the Bengals. I really do. And then the Ravens, that's who they're fighting at the North. Because we all know the Steelers are at the bottom now trying to rebuild. But what you gonna say something? What's up?
No, I said the Ravens is Lamar Jackson. That situation with the Ravens.
You muted yourself. Yeah.
My bad. Lamar Jackson is the situation that we have to worry about. But I don't really have anything to say, man. I don't even have anything to say
I'm
about this
happy.
next game, bro.
Yeah, me neither. But I'm really happy to see Deshaun Watson back. And it's really crazy. NFL, you ain't slick, bro. Y'all ain't
No,
slick.
no, 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 no. Hold on,
Y'all
hold
ain't
on.
slick.
I seen an article that said 10 of his accusers will be at the game.
Yes. I'm watching
That's a
NFL
head
Live right
scratcher.
now. And
That's a
10
head
of
scratcher.
for what? Why are
That's
you
a head scratcher. And you know what? I've already said it, man. And I hate to say that, and I don't want to go there because that's not what this podcast is about. But I don't want to say anybody was lying. I don't because that's so insensitive. That's so rude. That's so disrespectful for people who have been sexually assaulted, harassed, all of that.
right.
But it don't can add up, bro. And none of this happened until Deshaun Watson, not when he requested a trade, is when he started talking about refusing to play.
Right.
All of a sudden, and it wasn't like okay 5. It was like 5, and then 12, and then 16, and
20
then
something.
23. Yeah, like
Golly.
it didn't make sense. And I've seen a video of one of the girls speaking, and she was like, "Yeah, the first time he came, he did da 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 da," or what like essentially he violated her one time, and then she still invited him back, or she still let him come. Like a lot of this story doesn't add up, but I don't want to. It has nothing to do with being politically correct. It has everything to do with I just don't buy it. I don't buy the validity of every case. Do I believe he did some ish? Yeah,
Facts.
I'm
Right.
not shocked. Do I believe it was 20 something cases? No,
Oh.
no. And you know who I think is the conductor behind that train? The Houston Texans.
I forgot his name, the owner and the GM. But I'll tell you like this though.
Everybody
Hot,
wanted out. Everybody wanted out.
right.
J.J. Watts,
Yeah.
Hopkins.
Hopkins. Right. So I'll tell you like this before we go forward, because we are going forward to this bum ass game. What do you see? Because I know during quick pickums we can't explain. What do you see Deshaun Watson doing to the Texans next week? Because I got him at least 250 yards passing and a passing touchdown.
I mean, rushing.
No,
Or just
passing.
once.
My boy
Yeah, I think
Thornhill
that's
thought
fair.
it was a rushing.
I think
I
that's fair.
I think he's gonna win the game too. By the way,
It'll be by far the most watched game.
they should flex that. That should be a flex game too. They flex
No,
the
because at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson is still a sex offender. You see what I'm saying? So already there's gonna be so much controversy over this game, good and bad. All right,
yeah.
there's people going just to see. I at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to be Deshaun Watson
Right.
going into Houston, going into Houston, I wouldn't want to be Deshaun Watson because
That's the most watched game.
you already know how the crowd's gonna do him. All this, and I'm gonna be transparent as a
I
black
don't
man. It's
know.
kind of sad.
I don't
Nah,
know. You don't think it would
it's
be mixed?
but they're stupid if they don't. The Texans are stupid if they're not gonna try using the advantage to
That's the best
give their
quarterback y'all ever had in y'all franchise. And y'all gonna boo him?
let let's get over this game. I'm over this.
All right, so we're going into Baltimore Ravens going into the Jacksonville Jaguars territory and losing by 1 point, 27-28. That was the game of the week because I was
Jacksonville
at.
really almost won it though. Yeah.
That was the game of the week. I love this game. I watched this game. I was at Cortez's house. We had. I didn't even watch my Niners game because we had to watch this because it was a really good game. When it looks, we both had Baltimore and we lost by 1 point.
Trevor Lawrence Trevor Lawrence looks sexy.
Clutch.
Trevor Lawrence looks sexy. My man missed 8 passes, 129.8 rating, 321, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence looked sexy. Hair flowing, sexy. He
He
played sexy. No homo.
sunshine.
No homo. But he played like a franchise quarterback.
What we all thought he would be.
A lot, I got a lot of Jacksonville fans who they're willing to bail ship on him.
They're idiots.
Where's this? It was good. It was a good game. I thought Jacksonville was going to come out and win it in the middle of it, and I would have been completely happy. I have nothing to say. It sucks, but you can definitely see Jacksonville is coming.
Yes, they are. If they
Jacksonville is coming.
they
So
have a they have a Super Bowl caliber coach, right? Who is invested in the quarterback, and to me, as a Stanford fan, this guy is literally a very more mobile Andrew Luck. This kid is literally going to be, if they stay the course, they keep supporting the cast around him, he's going to be the next one. Jacksonville, though, I don't know. I don't think he needs to be there. Though. He needs a bigger market than that. But we're going to the next game. We're going from Houston losing by 15 to the Miami Dolphins.
I said Jacksonville almost won. I mean, I meant to say yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Jacksonville almost won. Excuse me. I just realized I kept saying Jacksonville almost won, like they lost. But shout out to Jacksonville, man. I'm sorry. What's the next game?
We are going from Houston going into Miami to lose 15-30.
There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. The game played how it should have, how it was supposed to.
That's facts. A
There's
game you
nothing to
should
talk
win.
about. There's
A game
nothing
you
to
should-
talk about.
Ooh,
They
this
need
is
to protect Tua a little better.
I cannot, man. This fucking sucks because I cannot talk about the Niners Dolphins game this week. But we're going to the next game. All right, and this game was very hard because you have the Chicago Bears going into the New York Football Jets, and both of them didn't have their starting second-year quarterbacks. And
No, it was two different situations. One was injured, and I'm sorry, I just butted. One was injured,
one was
is out.
casted out. Yeah.
And I told you, and I don't know if it was on the podcast or when I was sitting here talking to you and Cody, I said Zach Wilson is not a franchise quarterback.
No,
I said,
I believe this was on the cast too.
I said Zach Wilson is not a franchise quarterback. He's not the answer. And Lord and behold, all it took was a little bit of time. Zach Wilson is ass. It sucks because Mike White, I don't know if he'll have the time to show that he could be the starting quarterback. And I don't think he will. I don't know if Mike White's the answer. I know Mike White is
A
definitely
Band-Aid.
He definitely looks like a game manager. He's not playing bad at all.
At all. He's not turning the ball over.
It's not like he's playing. It's not like he's just doing what he has to do. He's playing good. He's not just, hey, I'm doing what I have to do. He's doing what he has to do well. Um, like I said, those are two different situations. Superman, yo, Justin Fields walking into last week was like number 5 in rushing yards.
I said this in previous casts. He was on fire in fantasy quarterbacks. He was like number 2 in the last 5 weeks.
I it was unsustainable.
Yeah,
But I don't know, man. The Jets are a good team.
they're a good team, and for them to win like this with a Mike White at quarterback, it shows that that's all they are a quarterback away because their defense
You
is
know what?
good. Go ahead.
How many plain ass name quarterbacks do you know that have that are successful?
I don't know.
Mike White. Mike White. The closest person that fits that bill that was successful with a plain name, in my opinion, was Tom Brady.
Don't compare though.
Well, I mean, who's if Tom Brady didn't have the career he had, there are not a lot of plain name quarterbacks. Bob Smith. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I can Well, at this point, you're right because,
Off the top of my head.
yeah, off the top of
But
my head,
anyway,
you're right.
this I have nothing to say.
All right, so we're going to this next game, which both of us was talking about a lot because we like the Bengals, we like the Titans, and I'm looking at our results. We both had Tennessee winning. They lost 20-16 to the Bengals. Again, they're both 7-4 now, but at the same time, we chose the hot team. We did. Uh, they lost by 4 points. Not surprising. It could have went both ways.
The way Tennessee's playing, their offense needs to do more. Their offense is not doing enough for
You
them to
said
even be
what team?
Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
The way they're playing, their offense isn't strong enough, bro.
They're not. They don't have receivers that are like popping. They have enough receivers that have potential, but Shakur, for example, like, but they have receivers,
Who are
but
their
they're
receivers? Who are
that's what
their
I'm.
receivers?
Robert Woods, but
Right.
he's not like healthy. That's what I'm
Who
saying.
the
It's
hell is
like
who the hell is like I know who that is, but like who is he? You
that's
get
what
what
I
I'm saying?
no, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I was going with it.
I don't know. The next the week started off hot. What's next, man?
We're going to a team that you're starting to look at, and I've been
I am.
talking about.
No, team before.
Huh?
Team my division before. And I'm not saying I like them, but I don't hate them.
The
I
Atlanta
don't hate them.
Falcons lose 13-19 to the Washington Commanders. We both had the Commanders, but
I don't hate them.
you're getting
I hate them this
you're
week
getting
though.
hip. Yeah, of course you do because they're going against you. They're very hip right now with you, and I've been always high on them. They are
Yeah.
also a quarterback away. Let
I
Jimmy
don't
G
think they're quarterback away anymore.
let Jimmy G go over there. It's a wrap.
Um, so I gotta brag on my division real quick.
Hey, keep talking. I literally have to use the bathroom, but keep explaining.
Okay. Are you drinking? Are you drinking? I don't even know. I don't want to do this right now. I don't. I feel like I'm talking. What's up, y'all? So a couple notes I want to say. I feel like hands down, all you guys should buy a PS5. I think it's the greatest system. It's better than Xbox. Um, wiggle, 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 wiggle. No, I guess I'll talk. Um, you guys should understand. I'm not doing this. I'm not. I can't. I'm gonna wait till he gets back. So, what's great about this podcast, even though it's a little long, is if you're watching this, that means you're loyal. If you're watching this, that means you're a fan of Fred the Samoan. Oh, he ain't even washed his hands. Look,
I'll wash my hands,
I
bro.
I had refused to talk because that was just so weird. All right, all I'm
Go
gonna sit
ahead.
here and say
My
is
bad. I
the
had to take a
NFC.
piss.
You're good. The NFC East. If the season were to end today, this would be the first time in history all
All
four
four?
teams make it to the playoffs. The NFC East, football fan, NFC East out of everyone had the weakest schedule. But the reason they had the weakest schedule is because
It's not their fault.
of, it's not it's the loss.
Yeah.
The way the schedule is weak is not because these are crappy teams. Well, let's give them to the NFC East.
No.
No, the win percentage of the teams we played are the lowest. But we've also each team in the division has beaten at least one good team. The Eagles beat the Vikings. The Commanders beat the Lions, correct?
Yeah.
The Giants beat the Titans and the
Yep.
Packers, and the Cowboys whoa the Vikings. So none of these teams are bad.
At all.
The Commanders are getting hot at the right time. If they beat the Giants this week, they will propel themselves, arguably, to knocking somebody like in the playoffs. They will beat the Cowboys. They will
They
beat somebody good.
the way they're built for the playoffs and they're built for traveling. That the way that
Yeah,
the
the
Commanders
Commanders. The
yeah,
Commanders are scary. The
they're
Commanders
tough.
are low key scary,
They're
and
tough.
if nobody recognized that, they're complete complete idiots.
Yeah, they're tough, bro. The way they're and what's scary is they don't even have their best defender. That's the scariest part. Chase Young is still not there, and they're still putting up these type of games. I'm just saying. I don't know if you have more to say about this game. I just know
No,
that everyone knows since last week and the week prior that we are watching the Commanders. But next we're
we
going
are.
in.
The
We're
Commanders are becoming must-watch TV.
Yes, they are. Absolutely, they are. We're going to this next game where Justin Herbert comes back, and this type of game puts him in top five quarterbacks in the league for me. The Chargers go into Arizona and beat them 25-24. You chose the Chargers, so did I. It's an injury-prone Chargers team that is being carried by Herbert, which always gives me like light to know how good of a quarterback he is. He's top five to me, bro. He is top five. Go ahead.
Nothing. I have nothing to say. You already know. I'm very high on the Chargers. I'm very hurt about their injury. Um, I don't take this win. Um, this it's a good win because of what Justin Herbert has to go against, like all the injuries and everything, what he's fighting against, what he's trying to prove. However, it was Cardinals without Kyler Murray. Not saying Kyler Murray is
No,
the greatest quarterback to ever
he makes an
bless,
impact
but
though.
he does make an impact. You can't sit here and say Kyler Murray is the same as who's that? Colt McCoy. So I don't know. I'm good for the Chargers. They won where they needed to win, and if I'm correct, they're still in the playoff hunt. Correct?
Yep, 6-5. So we'll go to this next game for another team that you were high on. Yet you chose against them because you're high on this other. You're high on both teams. So
I
the
am. I am.
the
I am.
Oakland Raiders go to Seattle and freaking what's the running back's name? Josh Jacobs has a
No,
monstrous
listen,
day.
listen. If it wasn't realistically, if it wasn't for that last run,
It was their
the
game.
last run, it was more of a superhuman performance by Josh Jacobs than
Amazing
Seattle losing the
on my
game.
fantasy,
Right,
by the way.
bro. That's what Josh, you can't plan for that. Sometimes players just get hot. A
Yeah,
player
that's
just say,
facts.
"There's nothing you do." I still felt like I picked the better team in that situation, Mario, I'm sorry. I was high on Oakland beginning of the year. I I have finally woken up. Um, no F's about Oakland. It is what it
Yeah,
is. Gino, you deserve a not a max, not a max. Gino, you deserve a multi-year contract.
not a
You,
max
Gino,
though.
you have proven to everybody that you belong in this league.
I'll give you that. So, as a hater of the Seattle Seahawks, I'll give you that. I'll give you what you just said. He does deserve that. He got them at 6-5 right now. He's second place in the NFC West. I give you that. And if he beats us the second time around, it makes it even more, you know, worthy for that contract. So I get it. I'm not gonna hate on him like that. We're going to another team because, like I said, the NFC West, and I enjoy because we're the only ones that won this week. The LA Rams go into the Kansas City Chiefs. This was inevitable. Me and you also chose KC, and they won 10-6, 26. Nothing to talk about. That was an easy
Like,
win. It was an easy win.
nothing. Next.
The next game is something you said you want to talk about this, but the New Orleans Saints get shut out for the first time since 2001. The last time they got shut out was to the 49ers. The last two times after that was to the 49ers. So four times they ever got shut out since 1990s something was to the San Francisco 49ers. The only thing I'll take away from this before you go is I'm disappointed in our offense, but I'll give them the excuse that we did not get back to America till Wednesday morning.
Is
So
that what you're going? Is that what
yeah,
you're going with?
that's exactly what I'm
Is that what
going
you're going
with.
with? Because I know. And while I was watching it, they could. While I didn't watch the game. I was watching the ticker,
Right.
and I was just shocked because I was like, and
But
this is why I cannot fully buy in to San Fran's
I,
gonna
I
win. I
so before
can't
no
buy
no
it.
no before you keep going, I'm not gonna discredit how great the defense of the Saints are. They are a really good
Right,
defense.
correct. But I am
So
not
so
going to
you can
the
keep
way the
going.
offense is built. The
Yeah,
way the
facts.
offense is built,
Understood.
you
Understood.
should not have been. You have okay. And this one makes me mad about the Niners. Uh, Jimmy G's playing bad. Well, you got Christian McCaffrey. We're having trouble with the deep passes. You have Debo. You have Ayuk. You have too many weapons where you're supposed to be dominating on all four fronts.
I agree.
Running,
I agree.
short, medium, long,
Deep.
deep. You're supposed to be dominating
I
on
agree.
all four fronts with your roster. I understand the Jimmy G problem. I understand it. But what's your excuse?
There's no
One million.
excuse. There's no excuse. I completely agree with what you're saying. But what I will say is this: slow. There's two things that's happening right now. One, if you haven't seen the injury report, Christian McCaffrey's on there, and if you and two, he's still learning the offense. Kyle Shanahan has the most complex offense out of everyone to learn language. Now, I'm
Listen,
not. I'm not using
you
it.
know
I'm not.
McCaffrey's injury prone. Y'all knew that when you got him. And you
You
know what?
know
That's
my
why the Jets just
team.
let him go.
You know my team is injury prone, so he fit
Oh
right
my
in.
God.
But no, I whatever what all you're saying right now, bro. I 100% agree. I'm not satisfied that we won 13-0, but I'm satisfied to know that we have a defense to hide the fucking problems we have on
Bro,
offense.
everybody knows you guys have arguably I don't like if I'm speaking blindly, I don't give nobody number one.
We're
You guys
number
have a
one.
top five defense.
We're number
Listen,
one.
when I'm speaking, but okay, when I speak, I don't give anybody the credit for number one because
Facts. Okay.
you may give a good argument. So I would just say top five.
Right.
So even if they are number one, top five, that still covers it. But everyone knows that. But it's gonna mean nothing if you can't score or you're
Facts.
barely scoring.
100% agree with you. I'm not. I'm not gonna debate that.
I don't trust San Fran. I don't trust them. I
You
don't
trust
trust them.
you trust Dallas? You trust
About as much
Dallas?
as I trust San Fran. Shit, I trust Minnesota.
Damn, that's harsh.
I trust Minnesota over San Fran.
Right now?
Yes, because you know what? You know what? Kirk gonna throw it up. Kirk is going to throw it up, and JJ's going to catch it. And if he's not gonna catch it,
So that's 100% true because I was gonna bring up 2 years ago when he played against us in the playoffs, but he didn't have Jettas at that time. So you 100%. I'm not gonna argue that.
and you know what?
That's our weakest. That's
like I
our
said,
that's our weakest
I'm
point.
not saying y'all can't win. I'm not saying y'all can't win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
You have
in
questions,
the AFC, in the AFC, Kansas City is going to represent.
and this is my point. You like box office, right? We got our ass kicked by Kansas City not too long ago.
It's
Again,
not that much of a box office, bro. I know.
Kansas,
I don't want to see San Fran in there.
Kansas City.
I don't think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be that great of a game.
What do you mean?
KC versus San Fran is not gonna be that great.
The rematch.
KC. Okay, you know what? You're biased. KC versus San Fran.
It's not biased. It's not biased.
You and you.
So
The defense versus the offense is going to be good. It's gonna be good. The reason Kansas City has a great offense, the reason KC has a great offense is
because y'all fucking traded Tony over there to give him a third option at wide receiving.
Excuse me. Kadarius Toney's out this week with a hamstring injury.
I don't care about this week. Talk about during the playoffs. He's gonna come back. Yeah. So we're going to the next game. Listen, we gotta go to the next game. We're going for. So I'm gonna completely tell you, I didn't watch any of these last two games. We got the Green Bay Packers going into Philly, losing by 7, 33-40. This is only a great blanket for my Niners because if we don't win the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers is coming to us. Go ahead.
I have nothing to say. Philly was the better team. Green Bay is not that good next.
Philly suspect. They just as suspect as Buffalo.
I said was the better team.
No. I just want to put that out there again every other week. Philly is not that team. Philly is not coming out. So we're going to a Monday night game that I went to sleep while.
I'm out. Oh no? Oh okay. I thought I wanted to show that somebody knew how to call a timeout.
Timeout.
Because obviously Jeff Saturday didn't.
Oh, well, yeah, fuck the timeout. But I'll tell you like this. I didn't watch this game, so.
Neither did I, but I did see about the timeout.
Yeah, so that's the Steelers 24-17, won by a touchdown. That's great. Shout out to Najee Harris. He's from the Bay Area. I'm always gonna rep my running back. So you got Indy, I got Indy. We both got fucked. So, even let's backtrack. You chose the Eagles. I chose Green Bay. So you got that one. So I wanted to give you your flowers for that game. But this game, we both got fucked by Indy. I don't have nothing to say about this game. It was horrible.
I have nothing to say. Yeah, I have nothing to say.
All right. So, like always on this podcast, we are going straight into our quick pick'ems. Tonight, as we speak, we have the Buffalo Bills at 20:15. What time is it right now? Oh, we got an hour and 15 minutes. The Buffalo Bills go into New England. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go New England.
I'm going with you. I'm going with you.
Listen, I think the Bills are gonna win. I do, but I have a sneaky. Like if the Bills win, I'm gonna be okay. But I'm gonna go New England. So you're going New England?
I'm going New England because Lions coach is a Belichick coach, and he called him and said, "Hey, this is how you beat him." That's where I'm going with this. He gave him some tools to beat him, but So we got the Steelers going to Atlanta.
Purple.
What?
Purple.
I don't care what you say. I'm going with the Samoan quarterback. Give me Atlanta.
I'll take the Steelers.
Shout out to the Oos. All right, so Broncos Let's Ride goes to Baltimore. I'm going with
I will
Lamar
never.
Jackson.
I will never. I think for the rest of the season, I will go against the Broncos.
I was high on them too. If you watch week 1, I was high on Broncos, but fuck them. I'm going with the Ravens as well. So this next game is a division rival. Green Bay goes to Chicago.
Green Bay.
Now I'm with you with that. I can't. I don't even know if Justin is back, but I'm going Green Bay. So we got Jacksonville going to Detroit. I'm going Detroit all the way.
Come on, I want Jacksonville to win so bad. I like it's about Aiden versus Walker, Hutchinson versus Walker, but I got Jacksonville.
Ooh, pick 1 versus pick 2. I get it. All right, so we're going from Cleveland with Deshaun Watson coming back to Houston. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns because I am all for Deshaun Watson. He's such a great talent, bro.
Next, Cleveland.
All right, we got Mike White going to Minnesota.
Upset.
You said that earlier.
Upset.
I'm not going with the upset. I'm going with it's a 1,300 game. Yeah.
Know what? I'm very excited to watch Sauce versus JJ. I'm very excited to watch that.
I didn't even put that in perspective.
I'm very excited to watch that.
I didn't even put that in perspective. That is a good point. I can't wait to watch that game too. And it's local because we're in New York. So I got the Vikings though. I got Jetta's beating Sauce. So we got I think is gonna make or break the NFC East. You got the Commanders against the New York Football Giants.
I agree with that statement right there, because Giants may be if they lose this, they're in a free fall.
Yeah.
If they lose this, they're in a free fall. But at the end of the day, they still have a better record in the last couple seasons. Right now, 7 wins. We haven't had 7 wins in a long time. So, however,
it's a good step. It's a good step.
I cannot go against the Giants, not because they're my team. It's because the Commanders are still the Redskins. All right. I'm going New York.
I'm going with the healthier team, so I'm going with the Commanders.
Yo, we might be getting 6 starters back. Don't play with me, bro. We might be getting 6 starters back, including Aziz Ojulari, bro. Watch yourself. And Evan, bro, watch yourself. Keep moving, bro. Keep moving, bro.
All right, we got Tennessee going to Philly. I think this is an upset. I got Tennessee beating Philadelphia.
That's what's up, bro. I'm going with Philly.
Yeah, Philly can't stop a run game, and you think they're going to stop Derrick Henry? Okay. So
I just think it's going to be a shootout.
All right, so we got Seattle going into the Los Angeles Rams. I'm so happy that either or could lose, but Seattle is the hotter team. I'm going with Geno Smith and the Seahawks.
Oh, my fault. Wrong team. They wrote me off, but I ain't right back.
Yeah, so this is the game of the week for me. You got Mike McDaniels coming back to San Francisco. I got my Niners beating this team. You know why? Because their offensive line, they lost 2 people for this week, and they have to go against our pass rush. So the Niners are going to beat them. Tyreek Hill is not going to be a factor. So Niners over the Dolphins.
I got Miami. Who's going to stop Tyreek? Next. Who's going to stop Tyreek?
The offensive line for the Dolphins that can't fucking stop the pass rush because they lost their best O-line for the week. So we got Patrick Mahomes boy going to Joe Cool Burrow's Cincinnati. The rematch.
Every time.
The rest of the
year, I'm going with Pat.
The rematch.
I didn't even write the Chiefs. I wrote Pat.
The rematch of the AFC title game last year. I got Mahomes is on fire. The Chiefs are on fire right now, and like I said, the Chiefs versus the Niners is the Super Bowl. I'm going with the Chiefs. So we both agree. We're going to the next game. The Chargers go into Las Vegas to play the Oakland Raiders. I got the Chargers beating them because this is their time. They lost to them the first time, I think. But I got the Chargers winning.
Same.
All right, so next game we have a game that I'm probably going to go sleep anyway. The Indianapolis Colts go to Dallas. I got Dallas.
Yep. I want Indy to win, but Dallas probably got that one.
I hope Indy wins, but I know Dallas will win. So we have an NFC South showdown with the Noya going to Tampa Bay. I think this is another upset. I'm going with the New Orleans Saints. Shout out to Masson Brooks.
Same.
Hey, this was a really good. We'll take him. How many
That was
upsets?
Monday night game.
That's the Monday night game. How many? How many upsets we got?
New England. I got the Jets upsetting the Vikings. You got Tennessee upsetting Philly.
Mm-hmm. I'm not big on Philly.
And New Orleans. We got about 3-4 upset games, man.
Listen, this is the Roundtree TV. You already know Ty is that motherfucker is loyal as hell because it's the if anyone's gonna be on this damn podcast, I know that I can count on this man. Otherwise, it will be me all day and it will be boring. But my boy, you enjoy the rest of your night. Everyone else, like, comment, subscribe to the Subtleflex podcast, Route TV, all that good shit.